So that video had to come down because the No Fun League still wants to fine him, even though this is as fun as it gets.
How good do you have to be to go? You could just set up a touchdown celebration, hey, I'm going to be down here at some point. And you just be in this corner here, and I'll come meet you because I'm going to be down here at some point.
Tape every play that we have coming this way.
Anytime I get close, I'm going to be one of them.
Tape every play because I'm going to score a touchdown eventually, and I'm going to grab that phone, and I'm going to do a flip.
It's incredible.
That guy was clearly ready for it. He wasn't surprised. He's down crouching, acting, getting,
And then to do a backflip that easily after you just, ran a route and burned by everybody on the Carolina Panthers defense, and then just a backflip that casually. Incredible. And that will lead me to my week 6 superlative called MVP Tyreek Hill. Let's stop the nonsense around the football league and let's get into real MVPs. I'm sick of the award going to the quarterback on the best team gets the MVP. Are you kidding me? If you're not watching the Dolphins and you don't know who the most valuable player is, you're lying to yourself or you're blind. I'm just telling you. I don't know what it is. One of the two. Because he is unstoppable. This is the most unbelievable offensive weapon we have seen in the history of football. It ranks up there with anybody. Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Randy Moss in his prime. It does not matter. He can do everything. The offense revolves around him. The offense is wide open because of him. He is scary good. He is well on pace right now to go over 2,000 yards receiving, which he talked about all offseason. Tyreek Hill, I said this a little bit even with the 49ers last week. Christian McCaffrey's the MVP of the 49ers, not Brock Purdy. Sorry. We got to stop this. Just the quarterback gets the default MVP award. I'm sick of it. The best player on the Dolphins is number 10, who runs faster than the Roadrunner. And what he did yesterday, and of course the Dolphins are so impressive, but just the pressure he puts on you is phenomenal.
No receiver has ever won the NFL's MVP award. 2 defensive players have won it. Lawrence Taylor, Alan Page, kicker.
It's an NFL passing league, and we don't have a receiver that's won it.
Because the quarterback gets the votes when that happens.
It's crazy.
And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. You have one of the votes. I have one of the votes.
Yeah.
People like Tua.
Yeah.
And there are people in the media
and he's playing great.
And there's people in the media that don't like Tyreek.
Yeah.
Given his history.
Yeah.
They just don't. I mean, you're going to have to overcome that.
Yeah.
Not us.
Yeah.
Everybody. The human nature. You're going to have to overcome. I really like Tua, and I really don't like this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's going to be part of the analysis when it's time for everybody. I know. And it should not be.
Yeah.
But when it's time for everybody to check their boxes and fill out their ballots, that's going to be part of it. Unavoidable.
I just got to say this out loud so people realize this.
Here comes 2 and on.
No, he has 42 receptions for 814 yards. He's the most marked guy at receiver in football,
and
he's averaging 19.4 yards per reception. And he's an anywhere guy, where, he can score from anywhere on the field. And that's just, it's really special. And it's not a disrespect to Tua or Tuanon or anybody. Tua's been great. All I'm just trying to say,
there's only one MVP.
I know, and
that's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And we just got to get a little out of this mold where we've gotten in the. It feels like more the last 10 years.
Quarterback. Since Adrian Peterson in 2012, the MVP goes to one of the quarterbacks from one of the top seeds, and that's just how it plays out.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes. See how it plays out. We got 11 games left. We'll see how it goes. My first one, the early bird gets the pint. Because get your ass to London. Why would you wait? Unless you're trying to save some money. We heard it last week from the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne.
They were accustomed.
They were acclimated. They had played a game there the prior Sunday.
Yeah.
And Travis Etienne knew how he felt the prior Sunday.
Right.
And he knew how he felt after being there for a week. And it made a difference.
Better
and they beat the Bills. The Ravens go early, and the Titans dilly-dally. And Devin McCourty said this last night. They went late one year. He said, we still went sightseeing. We're still going to go do stuff. If we're going late, because the idea is we're going to minimize distractions, we're still distracted. We're still in London. We're still going to go out and want to do stuff. So you may as well go early and trust your players to not get in trouble. Trust your players to not take advantage of the change of scenery. But why would you not want to let your body get acclimated? You're going 5 time zones or more. Why would you not want to get over there? Unless you're just trying to save some money or I don't know. I haven't done the full analysis on what the teams have done back since 2007 by way of leaving early and who's won and who's lost. But why would you want to even take that chance? Get there, get over the jet lag, get your body used to the time zone, get your body used to the air, everything, and put yourself in a position to win.
Yeah, I feel like we're trending towards that, like, that's what you have to do kind of territory with this trip. It's starting to show that it's true to be more accustomed, be there, be comfortable, you used to the time change, be used to the way of life rather than, wait, we got here 48 hours before. Yeah, we were at home all week in our area, but now it's like a crazy whirlwind and we're all over the place. And like you said, guys are still going to go, let's go to that cool restaurant. Let's go see Big Ben. Let's go do this, do that. And you try to cram that in and you make yourself more exhausted, even though it's a whirlwind there. So I hear you there. Baltimore with the win. Awesome. Baltimore, again, it's not perfect. They haven't maybe put a full game together yet. But I will say when I watch Baltimore and they go through periods of times where, again, like this game was 18-3 at one point, I was going, man, Baltimore's really good. Like Baltimore looks like when they're at their best, they're a Super Bowl caliber football team. Now, they're not putting it together on a consistent level yet, but their defense has moments of just they squash people, and the offenses can't do anything. They're big up front. Their linebackers are good. Their secondary is good. They got a really good defensive coordinator. They're really well coached on that ball. The offensive passing game, I think we're seeing it come along little by little. And, of course, they're getting healthy there finally, too. Andrews was banged up early in the year. OBJ had a big catch yesterday. Rashad Bateman was out there, right? We know the run game is still a thing there. They couldn't score in the red zone. This game was a little misleading in the score altogether. It felt like the Ravens kind of controlled it. But, yeah, I do think the potential of the Ravens at their best is up there with the top teams in the game.
They had a couple lapses and they let Tennessee back into it.
Definitely.
And
yes.
and if they had lost that game, it would have been another.
Oh, it would have been like last week. It would have been like, what?
Yeah,
you outplayed them? How did you do that? Yeah. Yes. And to that point where it was, like you said, a little lax, the game went to 18-13, right? And the Titans had the ball midfield-ish, and it was, 3rd and 1. And the Titans decided to kind of do a play-action pass and try to get a big play down the field. And Ryan Tannehill got impatient and tried to force the ball down the field, had a first down to Derrick Henry underneath. Geno Stone intercepts it for the Ravens, and that was really kind of the last gasp for the Tennessee Titans. They had momentum there, and you went, man, are they going to hang around, and this is going to be a game all of a sudden? And that interception kind of ended it, and I don't know. Ryan Tannehill with the injury and everything there, it might end him altogether here.
Well, more on him coming up later. Let's try to cram in two more very quickly.
Okay.
You got one, I got one, go.
Well, I don't even have a...
You don't have a title?
I don't have a title because I didn't think of it either. But how about Jackson DeVille wants to shove it up Florio's what.
What did I do? Other than pick the Colts to win.
Yeah, well, you're right. I forgot that too. Yeah. But the Jaguars, I think are, in a lot of ways, I kind of look at them as like Detroit of the AFC. I go, ooh, they're a Super Bowl team. And maybe my superlative, I should say, it's all coming together here. Okay, it's all coming together. I think Jacksonville, when I look at them right now, I go, they got it all. They can beat you a lot of different ways. It's all trending in an upward direction right now, right? We talked about their defense last week against the Bills. Their front four is awesome. Their secondary's awesome. Their linebackers are really good. Gardner Minshew was harassed and made bad decisions. And you could see there's people all over these guys anyways. So there wasn't much there to go. And then the offense, the run game and the balance there, they're dangerous. They're young, they're talented, they're figuring out how to win. Watch out for Jacksonville.
And you mentioned the Lions. I remember saying before the season, why is everybody all over the Lions when the Jaguars did as much, actually more in 2022
right. Went to the
than the
playoffs.
Lions did? Went to the playoffs, won a game, gave the Chiefs everything
all
they could handle. And why aren't we looking at them a little more closely this year? Last one for me, Cooper Kupp is back. And there was this weird thing about his hamstring. And Sean McVay mentioned there may be some nerve issue, and he was on injured reserve. And, like, is this like the end of the Cooper Kupp as we know it? Well, yesterday, 7 catches, 148 yards, and a touchdown. And don't look now, but the Rams are 3-3.
It's amazing.
The Seahawks are 3-2. The 49ers are 5-1. And the Rams have beaten the Seahawks, lost to the 49ers. They got the big win yesterday over the Cardinals.
What toe-to-toe with the Niners and the Eagles?
They're going to be a factor in that chase for the 7th seed.
I agree. That's NFC. Where they are. Right, right. Like, I don't look at the Rams and go, they're a Super Bowl team, but I go, borderline playoff team that seems like they're going to beat the teams they should beat, and then they're going to be a pain in the butt against the better teams where if you make one mistake, they might beat you, right?
And they're going to come into the playoffs if they get there with kind of a chip on their shoulder attitude, and it wasn't that long ago they won the Super Bowl, and they're a team that in a single elimination setting could put it all together once, build some confidence, build some momentum, put it together again. Who knows what the Rams could do? Who knows?
Well, they got a culture, and McVay's one of the best coaches in football. He's pissed off about last year. Stafford's healthy. They ran the ball yesterday in the second half. And if we could show that highlight one more time, that was a big part of the football game because I think we were at 9-3. The Rams are backed up. And the Cardinals gambled and left their rookie corner, Keitrell Clark, one-on-one with Cooper Kupp, and he did his old little, run, slow down like I'm about to break down and run a 10-yard route, and then took off again, and they hit the bomb down the sideline to make it 9-6 before the half and get it done, and that game was never the same because then the Rams came out in the second half and ran the ball right down the throat of the Arizona Cardinals and kind of controlled the game from that point on.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.